You see this guy right here? His name is Pau Gasol. In 2016, the Portland Trail Blazers chased Pau Gasol in free agency, but he ended up choosing the San Antonio Spurs. On Wednesday night, Blazers definitely wish that they had Gasol. They needed him. Hello, everyone. It's Jabbar Young here at the Moda Center for the Spurs Nation post-game wrap. Spurs come away with a 93-91 win over the Portland Trail Blazers, and it was all because, again, of that man, Pau Gasol, and LaMarcus Aldridge. It was the new version of the Twin Towers. LaMarcus finishing, with a productive game. Had 22 points and 8 rebounds on the night, and really getting to his spots, hitting some shots early, kind of kept the Spurs in it. But it was Pau Gasol's play in the first half as well as on the boards. 20 points, 17 rebounds, season high for him as the Spurs out-rebound the Blazers 53-38. And even a Blazer player after the game, C.J. McCollum, looked at me and said how difficult it was to be able to defend or be able to play the Spurs team when their size is really helping them out and their big men is really getting to the glass and really clogging up the paint, not letting the Blazers get to where they want to go on the floor, because a lot of what the Blazers do, they like to penetrate, but the Spurs were able to kind of cut a little bit of that off because of their big men. But again, you can say what you want about Pau Gasol, and I look at it all the time on Twitter, people saying, oh, he's soft, and why did the Spurs sign him to his contract? It's nice like tonight where he's kind of in the zone and LaMarcus Aldridge is in the zone and they're both playing well, that it makes that big lineup that the Spurs use, it kind of makes teams, it punishes them for not being able to match their size in the end. And Spurs did something very rare that they've done this season. They kind of went with that big lineup as the game went late into the fourth quarter, and that kind of, like I said, it helped them out. And after the game, Pau Gasol said, the one thing that they'd like to see from the big lineup and throughout the rest of the season is that consistency, being dominant. Spurs now 2-0 when Pau Gasol and LaMarcus Aldridge each have at least 20 points and 5 rebounds, over 20 points and 5 rebounds.
I think tonight we were more consistent with it, and coaching staff stuck with the bigger lineup and finished the game with a bigger lineup, which is rare. So it was nice to see. And you gain some things and you lose others. It's just a matter of what you decide to do. But I'm just glad that we got the job done, that we were able to contribute and do a good job and control the glass. That's one of the things one of the pluses.
Tony Parker and Kawhi Leonard did not play against the Blazers, but Kyle Anderson did, returning from that MCL sprain in his left knee, and it was listen, Kyle picked up where he left off, 5.6 rebounds, 3 assists, just kind of doing it all. Started off a little sluggish, but was able to pick it up. And after the game, I even asked Gregg Popovich, this is what, they missed from Kyle Anderson over these last few weeks. They got their utility infielder back.
Yeah, Kyle's just a good basketball player. He knows how to play the game, As we always say, not the best athlete in the world, but he's really smart on the court, and he's got a lot of skills, kind of like a utility infielder.
Second of a back-to-back coming up, Spurs Utah Jazz national game on TNT Thursday night. Spurs better do a better job in the turnover department as they commit too many turnovers against the Blazers. 22, season high for them. They better get it together as they cannot go into Utah, a team that's 11-5 at home, and expect to commit that many turnovers to come away with another win. So we'll see what happens. I'll be out there in Utah along with Tom Worsborn. You know what you can do in the meantime, right? Catch up on all your Spurs news and notes, expressnews.com.